Alright, let's check something in the back real quick. Alright. Oh man, what the heck? Great. I know where to fix this. Really redneck, eh? Yep, we've all done it, we've all seen it, we've all had to make do it sometimes. But this does not work for Camaro time. No, 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 no. Got to go. That's simple. Hey, hey, look at how much better that looks. No 2x4. Everything's in place, everything works perfect. Look at this. It stays up by itself. Heck, it even lifts by itself. And that's what you're looking for. So let's get to it. Now all you're going to need is a few simple tools. One of them you're going to have to purchase because most of you will not have this. It's not real expensive, 10-15 bucks max. And I mean max. You probably get it at Harbor Freight cheaper than that in a kit. But anyhow, they're made by a company called Mighty Lift. Okay, and all you're going to need, I'll get through the tools here in just a minute, but as you can see, there's a Torx bit that you're going to need, because there's a big bolt that goes through there, and maybe a small screwdriver or pick, because on the other end you have this little spring doohickey that you're going to have to pop out to take the old one off. So let's get in the car and I'll show you exactly what's going on. You do have to remove these God, I forgot what they're called. It's been so long, so use them clothes hooks, clothes hangers, whatever you want to call them. And for that, all you need is a small screwdriver. Stick it in this little groove right here and pop that out. If that screwdriver doesn't work, get a bigger screwdriver. You just insert it and pull down. Once you do that, take your fingernail, if you can, and pull it out the rest of the way. But that right there is how far it needs to come out, and then that just pulls right out. You can see that's all it is. It's just a locking tab. Very simple to remove. Just sit it somewhere where you don't lose it. And then now this will allow you to pull this out if you need to. Like I said, right there is the bolt, so you don't have to take the whole thing out. I'm sorry for hitting that. Just pull the cover out. Just pull the cover out and slide it up. And there is your bolt that you have to get. As you can see, it's an Allen head or Torx. No, I'm sorry, it's a Torx bit. So let me get my Torx and I'll tell you what size it is. Now before you do this, I strongly recommend supporting the back with a 2x4, a broom handle, whatever it is you have, because this thing is very heavy. You don't want to drop it on your head. The first thing I did, I got a block of wood in here to keep it pulled out so it's easier for me to do this while videoing. I also have the back supported by a 2x4, or you can use broom handle, whatever you got, just whatever holds it up, because this thing is heavy. Now you're going to need to go to your local hardware store or wherever you can get them and get a Torx bit. This is a T45. I'm using a 3/8 drive. It just works best for me, plus that's what I've got. And any kind of ratchet that you've got that is 3/8 drive or whatever size you're using. Make sure you got your ratchet in reverse. And I'm just using an extension to get me a little further out from that plastic so I can press in on it. Break it loose and take it out. I actually have a battery operated ratchet that I could be using for this, but most people don't have that. So for the sake of the video, I'm doing it like you would be doing it at home. Now, one thing you need to know, if you don't have your hatchback completely raised, whenever you take this bolt out, it's going to push forward, because these are under pressure. So what this is doing is pushing out, so that when you lift the hatchback, it's pushing against the hatchback. But that's all there is to it. But just remember, the way you take it out, see how this has got a ball joint, the backside has more of a cut. That's the way it's got to go back. So let's move to the back of the vehicle. I'll show you that part. And if you look real careful back here at the back of the car, right there is that clip I was telling you about. Let me actually get one out and I'll show you. Got both of them sitting right here. That way you can see it better. There's the clip I'm talking about. The easiest way for me to tell you how to use it to get the old one off is to take a screwdriver and stick in this groove right here and then pop it out, or you'll have to try to catch it with a pick over here on the end and pop it out. Either way, that has to come off, because as you can see, there's a ball that it sits on. So this spring retaining clip has to come off. Supposed to be able to do it right there, stick a screwdriver in it and pop it out. So let's give it a whirl. And this is the one that we're going to be using. Here's a better view of that. I was telling you also, this receiver part, the flat part, goes against the car, and then you have that which gets the bolt out a little further. That's the bolt side. So let's give it a whirl. Here's the notch that you're supposed to be able to put your screwdriver in. So let's stick it in there, and as you can see, that pops right out. Now let's see if it come on. Look at that, how easy that was. So simple. Old versus new. Very nice indeed. Now all we got to do is take this cover off, and it's going to be rubber, so it'll stretch. Take it off and put it over on the other one. It is rubber, but it is also from 1993, so it may tear. We're fixing to find out. Yep, it's going to tear a little bit right there. You know, it's old and cracked, so what do you expect? But out with the old, in with the new. Put it on the same way. Take it, push it in. Now, it's not mandatory that you have this on, by no means, but it sure does look better if you do. Well, like I said, you just pull it on and then pull the dimple back out, like so, and there you go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this end on first, because like I said, I don't have the exact size 2x4, so it's going to want to kind of shut on me just a little bit. So I'm going to put this on first and then put the back end on. Now to put it in is the exact opposite. You just want to pull it over past the ball, right? So you can get to it. Like I said, this is the side that goes to the car. So we rotate it over. There's the cup side that sticks out. Take your bolt, stick it in, line everything up, and start it by hand. Not real hard. I'm not going to tighten this up just yet, because I want to be able to move everything around, make sure everything's lined up with the back. So all we're going to do is just snug it. Not even really snug it, just get it hand tight and then a little bit more. We want the bushing part to actually be in the strut. There we go. Now let's move back to the back of the car. Now here's what I was saying about the lift going down. From over here I could pick up on it if I need to, because you can see it doesn't line up just perfectly. But what we want to do is spin everything and orient it. But before we do such, there's no way you could push that over that ball. So what I recommend is taking your spring, keeping a finger on it so it don't pop all the way off. That screwdriver's a little big. And kind of pull out on it. You can even leave the screwdriver in there if you want, because what it does, it opens up that receiver so that it will go on that ball. Then all you have to do is lift up on the tailgate, how you got to go, line everything up, let the 2x4 fall, and put it on. Once you get it to where it needs to be, make sure it's on there good. Pull your screwdriver out and push the locking pin back in. And there you go. That's all there is to it. Now you have a brand new lift gate on there, and as you can see, it's staying up. So it tells me that one over there is the good one. The one I already took off is the bad one. One more thing to finish up on the inside. Once you get it on up there, just remember to come back, tighten this all down, and then put it back together. Now what you want to do is you want to take this and put it back over the cover, right? Like so. Put it around that. Tuck everything down in there nice and tidy. And then that will be covered up whenever we take this block of wood back out. Pull down that, take your block of wood out. Pack it down in there. Easy, pull that back up on, and there you go. Now all that's left is to go on the inside and put that clip back in. And then come back and tuck this gasket behind the plastic. You can kind of start it. You're going to work from the inside now. Make sure you got everything lined up the way it's supposed to be. Right? Make sure your plastic seal is out all the way down, because it has a tendency to want to tuck back in behind the plastic. If you need to, take a screwdriver, put behind it, and just run down it, and that will pull it back out. Nothing major, nothing hard. Just run it down the rubber seal, and that pulls it back out. Make sure everything's tucked up here. Make sure your rubber seal is out up here also. Your gasket, because if you don't, you'll have a water leak, and we do not want water leaks in our cars, period. Kind of hard for me to see what I'm doing from this angle, but I'm trying to show you. I think that's out, and we'll check it in a minute. Once you get that, push in on it, right? That seals everything up. Hold in on it. Now we're going to take the clothes hanger, right? Make sure the hook is pointed up. Take it and kind of work it in until it goes in the hole. Push in on everything nice and tight, and push in. And that locks everything in place. Now, as you can see, 2x4 is not holding anything. I've got it in my hand, but we are going to put it back. Maybe get one a little longer, because now we got to do this side. Because like I told you, I strongly recommend you doing both sides at one time. And there's no need in you sitting here watching me do this side, because you just watched me do that side. So we'll be back here in just a minute to show the final process, or final thoughts. Well, just got it done. Look at that. Everything works like it's supposed to. It actually lifts itself, and that is exactly what you want. You don't want to have to sit here and be struggling with this. It's really simple, really simple. You saw how easy it is. The only thing you're going to have to do is buy a T45, I think it was. Yeah, T45 Torx Bit, right? Or you can go to Lowe's, carries them. I know they sell the Allen pack that has Torx bits in them now. Just make sure it has a T45, and you too can do this. That's all you need. That and, sorry, one more thing. Screwdriver. Very simple. As you can see, they're located on the studs like they're supposed to be. Everything is good to go. So I hope this video helped you. I mean, this applies for any car. This technique applies for any car. As far as how to remove, how to put on. Now, the panels and all that stuff, of course, will be different. But as far as putting on these struts, doesn't matter if it's under the hood, doesn't matter where it is. You're either going to have two of these little spring clips, or you're going to have a spring clip with some kind of bolt. One of the two. If it's two spring clips, well, you saw how easy it was. Just pop the spring out a little bit, put it on, relieve the spring back in, it locks it in place, because that's all it is, a locking retainer anyway. So I hope this made it simple for you. I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to like, share, subscribe. You know the old YouTube drill, because I don't know how long I'm actually going to be doing these videos anymore. Things are becoming a day-to-day basis. So yeah, looks a lot better. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you in the next one. Take care. Thank you so much for watching. Look at that.